That same week, the vicious bushwhacker and scout and messenger for Jeb Stuart, Redmond Burke, along with Andrew Leopold, met their commander at the Bower. Their instructions were continue operating along the river, deliver mail. Jeb Stuart gave to Redmond Burke a letter for Lily Perrin Lee, asking her to thank D.S. Rentch for the splendid cape. She then gave Redmond Burke a letter back to Jeb Stuart, complaining that General Gordon from Massachusetts was telling her to stop with the traitorous talk, recruit conscripts, and steal horses, while Stuart, his cavalry units, and Lee's army rested and prepared to move further south. Having been informed that the band of guerrillas under the command of the notorious Burke should be captured, on the 24th I planned an expedition to cross the river at night and surround the house in Shepherdstown where the band made their headquarters.
They would arrive at Julia Burke's house about 12 o'clock on the morning of November 25th. They quickly surrounded her house and another nearby house, and according to diaries and letters from the 2nd Massachusetts, Cogswell and one of the guides went around to the front, followed by a few soldiers.
Lieutenant Robeson with 20 men was detailed to surround one of the houses. While he moved cautiously to his work, the rest gained noiselessly the lower part of the garden of the other house. Some horses tied to a fence, perceiving the approach of men, whinnied vigorously. This was alarming. The troops halted. Someone whispered a low hush. Moments passed. No lights were seen. It was manifest that the people had not been aroused. The officers held a whispered consultation and moved noiselessly onward. Before them was a gate opening into a lawn, within which, dark in the dim starlight, was the house. Now a further division took place. With one guide, the adjutant general took post in front of the house, while another guide and the soldiers with the officers passed round to the left for an entrance.
Concealed in the shadows, those in front awaited developments. Before an entrance was effected, the inmates were aroused. There was a noise within, and 2 shots were heard in quick succession, then more bustle.
At that time, someone came out of the house and began running up this lane. 2 shots were quickly fired. That man went down. They went to investigate, and Cogswell and the guide found that it was the notorious Captain Burke who had been shot through the heart. He had letters on him to deliver to Stewart, one from Shepherdstown resident Lily Perrin Lee, who in the letter was complaining about the harsh Union treatment when the Union soldiers would enter Shepherdstown. The rest of the Burke's men were inside the house. They were quickly apprehended without any fighting at all.
When we came up, the people, men, women, and children were all on the streets. They seemed to be in a state of great alarm. We made a rapid search through the principal houses and public buildings, finding quite a number of papers and taking and paroling 3 commissioned officers and 20 privates. Among the arms that were taken was one very good English double-barreled gun, which I have kept and shall try to have some sport with, as quail are very numerous in this vicinity, and I have made friends with the owner of a very nice setter. We recrossed the river safely, and the men were allowed a good strong whiskey ration to make up for their wetting. They enjoy these expeditions as much as anybody. While Burke's house and those adjoining were undergoing a thorough search, the hearts of these youthful and aspiring chieftains expanded with rapacity. Operations thus far had been limited to the poor and meaner houses in the suburbs, while within the village were the wealth, the business, the aristocracy of Shepherdstown. Such an opportunity must not be lost. It was too good and might never return. The cavalry were formed, sabers drawn, forward ordered, and down the pike they went, scabbards rattling, horses dashing, and the dues to pay generally.
Captain Scott and some others noticed that it was Thanksgiving, and in the wealthy homes on German Street, there was plenty of Thanksgiving dinner, which could be at their dinner table instead.
Thanksgiving passed off with us very pleasantly. My wine came all right and was very nice. We had a union dinner of all the officers of the regiment. The dinner was very good indeed. Plenty of nice poultry, plum pudding, champagne, etc. My company had a fine dinner, bought for them out of a company fund. 10 turkeys, 6 geese, and 24 chickens, and a barrel of cider. They had, besides, as much plum pudding as they could eat.